Good evening, partners. Today we are here to make our second task for course Colombian education, and this corresponds to a discussion panel where we're going to talk about three of the most important topics in Colombian education. This is education in Colombia, innovative education and Escuela Nueva, and assessment systems. Each of us is going to have topic, and we're going to share our opinions, thoughts, and deliberation about it. But before I start, I want to introduce myself. I'm Adriana Martinez. I'm 18 years old. I live in Granada Meta, and I'm in my 7th semester. And I've been working as an English teacher for 2 years. Now, Victor, go ahead with your introduction, please.
Oh, my name is Victor Manuel Barrera Castañeda. I live in Acacias Meta. I am merchant. I am married. I am currently advancing the 6th semester of English as foreign language. For this meeting, I choose the topic New School in Colombia. I don't have experience as teacher.
Great.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Carolina Ortiz, and I'm from the city of Villavicencio, and I'm 7th semester, and my expectation with the course is to learn every day more methodologies that enrich my work as a teacher. And I am a teacher of middle school where we handle the innovating education. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mace. My name is Wilfredo Velasco. I live in Acacias Meta. I am in my last semester. I don't have any experience about teaching.
Hello, my name is Janet Fonseca. I'm in 7th semester. I live in Villavicencio, but I'm from Bucaramanga, and I have worked for 5 years as a teacher.
Thank you so much, partners, for your presentations. So we're going to start talking about the new school. For this, partners Victor and Carolina are going to share their opinions. Victor, tell us which are the theoretical elements for this educational model called La Escuela Nueva, please.
The theoretical fundamentals. First, we must bear in mind that the model of the Escuela Nueva is not typical of Colombia, but was forged from the philosophy and psychology in Europe and United States. In Colombia, there was an appropriation of the model and adaptation to their needs at the 70s of 20th century. The first fundament, philosophical naturalism, proclaims the unity of man with nature, goes to an organic, holistic view of the relationship between man and nature. Contribution of Escuela Nueva, interaction man-nature to understand the phenomena of the latter. The nature is an integral world. Man as member of nature. The second movement of pedagogical renovation. He criticized formalism and memorization in didactics and competence in authoritarianism and discipline. La Escuela Nueva emphasizes the significance, value, and dignity of the students who learn, asks the students to focus on their interests that requires empowerment and activation with freedom and autonomy. Shame on the role of the teacher in relation of affection, of cooperation to have spontaneous and spontaneous develop to the student. The new content of teaching every day experience and real life conception learning also occurs outside the classroom. A new French school. He adopts the ideas of several thinkers, for example, de Moulins, Cusian, Freinet. General lines he proclaimed teamwork, user printing, and school cooperativism. Contribution Escuela Nueva, experimental pedagogy. He used the measurement of intelligence of minors, propose methods to measure intelligence, identify the types of learning, and determine individual difference of students. The Escuela Nueva contributions flexibility of education according to the range of learning. Other genetic dialectics of Lev Vygotsky. It is based on individual society relations, culture has an effect on the development of the individual's superior mental processes. Contribution Escuela Nueva, Relation Learning and Human Development, Relation Language and Chow, Importance of the Game as a Ludic Learning Strategy. And the last, the new school, Anglet. His intention was to renew the teaching and bring the school closer to life and to the nature. Main ideas, the school as source of experience, activity, and stimulation for learning the contact with nature and the thinking between theory and practice. Contribution of Escuela Nueva. Free school communities were formed as a strategy for social transformation. Nature is a laboratory for practice and learning in context. Bring the school closer to the life and nature. More experiential education. The concept of freedom and respect for the personality of the learner. Is all made, Adriana.
Thank you so much, Victor. So now that we have a general idea of all the theoretical elements of new school, I want to ask our partner Carolina to share her experience. So, Carolina, what do you think about this model? And from your experience as a teacher, what can you tell us about it?
Thank you very much for giving this space to talk about my experience in this model. I think the model is the one we showed already, Henry through Colombia, because it's a model that raises leading reading students, agile to design and optimist process, highly effective people, and at the same time, people with the ability to work as a team. I have 9 years of experience in handling this model. When I started, it seemed terrible and impossible for a student to be able to learn by reading a guide, asking questions, and especially working in round tables with 4 colleagues to whom I thought that's only generative indisciplinary. But I was surprised to see how the students themselves were self-regulating and that one could go to the bathroom is recused without generating an indiscipline. That was great for me because in the other school, or you endured the exit, or you were exposed to what happened sometime. I began thinking of my what that happened. That's when I learned that they had a school, government, learning corners, a flexi promotion, and all these motivate students to be to study utils. I really like in love of this model, and I don't know when to go back. Excuse me. Want to back to work traditional school. Here you can explore it because in the learning give it handling a learning moment that is called application. There the students together with the teacher develop projects already in the file. Then the make is possible to leave school and go to the other environment and such as a factory, farm, and even to another city. Everything depends on the subject that is being learned. And thank you so much. It's only at the moment.
Thank you so much, Carolina, for sharing your opinion. I really appreciate it. And honestly, I don't have any idea about this model, but thanks to both of you, now I know a little more. Now we're going to talk about innovative education. And I want you to ask to Wilfredo, what new educational models or strategies have you found in this topic?
Okay, May, good question. Nowadays, the new educational models are based on the use of technology in basic or in secondary school, as well as in higher education. There are many experiences along the way. Many of them are innovations that allow us to think and inspire the educational tasks. They are used, for example, the technological platforms, electronic software, educational modalities such as e-learning and e-learning, expanded the application of methodological strategies, design of activities, administration of educational resources, and monitoring and evaluation of the teaching learning processes, and people who are necessary human resources such as teachers, students, educational institutions, and in some cases the parents too. The objectives for the student to develop their own cognitive abilities to learn. I mean, the ability to pay attention in a sustained manner, process the information, interpret it, and apply it. And this is a key for the model to have a positive impact on learning outcomes. Educational policy can encourage educational institutions to generate innovative experiences that contribute to stimulate educational change and advance toward the achievement of quality of education, contributing to the fulfillment of the national education objectives. Finally, the collaborative learning also provides a serious tool for students to integrate into groups to interact and perform assigned tasks. In this type of system, students are free to express and communication with each one. That's all, mate. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Wilfredo, for all your information. Now we're going to talk about assessment systems, and I want you to ask to Jeanette, what are the assessment systems and what is their objective in education?
Okay, the assessment system is a tool or regulating element of the education and service provision that allows us to see the progress and the results of the process and of the evidence and guarantee the pertinence of education for the students and the relevance for the society. That's what is it. And what is the objective in education? Okay, the objective of national education system is to evaluate the progress of school systems in achieving curricular or other goals of education system and to identify problems areas in curriculum and instructions. Key decision points in the process of implementing and using educational assessments include defining objectives and costs, establishing an assessment management system, selecting the appropriate type of test to be given, designing and applying effective instruments, disseminating test results and providing feedbacks, supporting complementary research, and overall ensuring that assessment results fit into the decision-making process at both local levels and national levels. Thanks. That's all.
Thank you so much, Janet, for your information. Now, I want to expose my opinion about the topic that I chose, that was education in Colombia. To start talking about it, I want to say that Colombian government has made a lot of tries to improve our education system, but all of them have been directed to increase the amount of people who get attended to education, but hasn't been focused on the quality and equality of the education system in our country. Because of this, a lot of things have affected the education system. For example, the 5-decade-long internal conflict, the bad administration of investments, corruption in all the society fields, and the inequity across society, economic groups and regions are just some of the factors that affects every day our education. So despite the progress made during the last years, we can see easily that equal access and quality education differ significantly across the country and social classes in Colombia. Some of the results that these problems generate are delayed enrollment to schools at the right age from students. Young children from disadvantaged families are likely to attend low-quality modalities or to not have access at all to education. Also, you can see the lack of common standards for children's learning and development. A weak system leadership and local engagement, causing large differences in the quality of services children receive across the country. The lack of common curricular and low teaching quality, and too many students struggle to make adequate progress, repeat grades, or drop out altogether are some of the common things that you can see day after day in our country. But it's also present the limited and poor quality learning resources from basic instructor to teachers hamper learning opportunities in schools that are located in the most disadvantaged urban and rural areas, as well as a limited career guidance, weak linkage to the world of work, and not proper enrollment for students in all levels. And the list can go on. So what can we do to deal with these problems? As the OCDE report mentioned, Colombia needs ambitious national common learning standards that set high expectations for all students, regardless of their socioeconomic background, where they live, or the school they attend. Also, it's necessary empowering teachers by boosting the support they need to teach effectively and investing in school leadership. Teaching process needs to be defined and aligned with training opportunities, effective evaluations, good career and remuneration structures. Schools and local governments need more and better support, including the right incentives, a better balance of autonomy and accountability, and information systems that enable and encourage school-level reform. So thank you so much for all your attention. And I think that now that we have enough knowledge of every topic, we can share our point of views of each. So for this, I want to ask Victor, what is your opinion about innovative education? partner Victor. Can you share us your opinion about this topic, please?
Victor,
Ask to other, please. The next.
I think.
Okay.
Oh, my microphone is it was off. Excuse me.
Okay.
Um, oh, hi, Adriana. I think uh, that technologies that are now available in most common countries, and, and that increase the potential to support learners and educators and can help remove the barriers of time and distance. However, appropriate technologies can provide additional possibilities for learner support, interactivity, and access to education.
Thank you, Victor. Now, Carolina, can you share us your opinion about education in Colombia, please?
Now also she has the microphone off.
Yes.
Oh,
Carolina, can you please turn on your microphone? Thank you.
okay. I think we need a new education with more passion, system of innovation that develop technological space and more coming on the part of the teacher at the time of imparting their knowledge, and it's the same way interest of the student to learn. Only that at the moment.
You're totally right. Thank you so much to you. Now, Wilfredo, can you share us your opinion about this model of La Escuela Nueva, please?
Okay, from my point of view, with the creation of the Escuela Nueva program, it's possible to join and integrate three important elements that in the majority of educational processes are separate. These three important elements are materials, training, and methodology. The biggest impact, in addition to obtaining a good learning result, is that it improves children's self-esteem and peace of mind, the sense of cooperative learning, and the construction of knowledge as a team. Learning occurs through dialogue and interaction. La Escuela Nueva for me is a chain of thought in the transmission of information and the construction of knowledge in a group. I really agree with the Escuela Nueva.
Thank you so much. Now, Jeanette, can you share us your opinion about education in Colombia, please?
Okay. The government for more than 50 years has been working on the improvement of education in Colombia, has made investments acting as guarantor of this process. Despite this, there are other points to consider, such as having access to better technology systems and training for teachers and greater coverage. But it's necessary a commitment by the state, by the teachers and the students. The three actors are essential to have quality education. Here, we don't have a guilty. We have to put what we have to do or do what we have to do to take a great education in Colombia. But teachers, students, and state have to work together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeanette. I'm very agree with all what you said. So now talking a little bit about assessment systems, I consider that this tool is really important to apply in the education file, in special because, as Janet explained us, it helps so much to improve the quality and the teacher development. So in this way, we can continue making more progress in all the different areas of education according to the needs of the society where we are working. Even vincling this topic with what Jeanette just said about education in Colombia, I consider that an assessment system will be something really important to apply in our country if we want to improve our education system. So thank you so much to any of you for your collaboration and cooperation with this activity. I want to say that all the topics that we share are really important for our careers and for all the educational file. And if any of you have other thing to comment, go ahead.
Finish, Adriana?
Yes, so I think we already finished this activity.
Okay.
Yes, it's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that's okay.